on. Do we see the other chat going up? You're gonna go live on the other one? We'll let that. Okay, yeah, cool. All right, so we're getting back into City Skylines, not gonna get the graveyard. Yeah. So for the record, with this, so we're going back into our town of Scarfdale. We can have stuff named after people. Let's see. I think City Skylines is very chill to watch. It fits the channel well because the many people are streaming it right now. It increases the chance of getting raided. Yes, I would definitely say of the games I listed there, the ones that made the most strategic sense right now would be City Skylines being the big one, and RimWorld would probably be like the second on the list. So, if you want something named after you, you just gotta let me know. We're not doing the queue for this because there's so many things available that you just have to do that. So it sounds like 2 months to have the graveyard, which is here somewhere. There it is. Will you name a highway after you? I could do that. So, honestly, Empty Tomb just works as a name of a graveyard because that's the whole joke of the name is Empty Tomb, as in a tomb that has nothing in it. Can you exist? Are you alive? Asks Eonek. You are not alive. A lot of the people who got your names yesterday, a lot of you are starting to die of old age. That's a much deeper question. So yeah, so for the highways, how about Zidian? Let's give you the main highway here. Well, one of them. So Zidian highway. So you'll be the westbound highway. That should go the entire length of the map. Let's see. The very last letter, do you just want to be a citizen, or is there something in the town you'd like to have named after you? Just gotta know what you're thinking. All right. But for the tour of the town, actually, before we do the tour of town, let me get a poll on for what we're gonna work on next in town. So we did do the expansion of the industry, so I'm not sure how much we can do here. Let's see. New neighborhood we can work on as... Actually, sorry, I have to do the poll first. So poll. What are we working on next? Can you name a sewage pump after you? Yes, I can. So new neighborhood is going to be one of the options. We can have... Let's see, what else do we have need for? New industrial... park? We can have the technical let's see. Build technical college. Well, it's university. We'll just go uni. Build medical uni. Yeah, I have more than one Geonek. Yeah, that's the thing I asked, is like, do you want me, like, what, I asked you what you wanted to be named specifically, and I think, you know, things going on. Alright, so I need one more. We don't really have a need for a commercial. Let's see, work on traffic. We'll say fix traffic issue. That is going to be like fix a major traffic issue, not fix all traffic, because that's an ongoing thing. All right, so if you do not see the poll, you can basically weigh in to see what we're going to be working on, which I could set up a new neighborhood, which is going to be a new place for residential. I haven't decided if it's going to be like suburbs or like mid-density, because I have a need for it'll probably be mid or high density area. So we can have all that. A new industrial park because we have need for more industry. It'll probably be down here, I'm gonna guess, or just expand out, basically to work on industry. We need, so the university is getting close to capacity, so we could either build a technical university or, oh yeah, the camera position. Let me go ahead and fix that. All right. So we can either build a technical college or a medical college or university. Otherwise, I can work on traffic because that is going to be a perpetual issue. All right. So we had one pump. People wanted to have. So we can just call this. Was it Lardine? Is what you wanted to be named? So you named that Lardine, and if you want it to be named something else, let me know. The very last pump needs to be Lardine. I think that is the very last. No, that's the very last pump there. I think. All right, so you'll be Lardine. Now we'll go to this pump, and Eonek wanted one of them named after them, so we'll have. Oh, you can upgrade these. Reduce the amount of pollution in the water before it is expelled in the environment. Interesting. Extra setting tank. Increases the water flow to reduce the amount of... and reduces the amount of sewage being expelled. Huh? That's fine. Alright, and so you wanted a citizen named after you. So let's just hit this button. So you have Eonek. So you got a citizen, so you're an employee at the Watermouth Press. We'll check what that is in a moment. And you're wealthy. And you're educated. You write software. Or I mean, you work at a software company. It doesn't actually tell me what you do. Don't trust the person named Dexter. I watched this television show. So who else wanted to be in the town? This city has such good names. Let's see. Let's see, St. Luntica's Medical School for the Deaf. We could see, I don't know if the character limit has a name. If we do have the vote for the medical university, I have no problem doing that. Otherwise I don't have medical university, so I can't do it. Let's see. So right now we've got a tie for a new neighborhood and a new industrial park. Which I think what we'll do is, like, right now that's a grid. We'll try to avoid the grid stuff. So if we do a new neighborhood, I'm half debating, like, putting it, like, right up here along the mountain's edge. Looks like we're having a death wave. Probably. And a bunch of people complaining about the high rent. It does feel like the death waves in this game are way more tame than the other one. Sorry about that. And for those who don't know a death wave, just buy the mountains and put the suburbs on top of them. So I have to wait for our next milestone to be able to go up farther on the mountains. But that's part of the reason I went this far. Is this is the point on the mountains, if I don't, like, flatten it or something, this will be unbuildable. That said, I'm kind of down with the idea of, like, making a plateau, putting a row of houses on here, making our plateau, putting our row of houses on here, leveling this off up here somewhat. I want to keep some of the characteristic around it. Like, I do wish that, they had the tool, like, in Planet Zoo, you have a tool that's called, like, noise or whatever, that you can go on the ground and just set an area, and it kind of just warps the ground in different directions. It just puts, like, a noise filter on it. So that way, you like the office circle? Yeah. So we made an octahedron thing, fix some of nature's mistakes. All right. So looking like the new neighborhood is going to win. All right. So I'll plan for that to be down here. Can you check how much offices the monies make? There isn't a way to do that as far as I can tell. Like, I can click on the octahedron area, but it doesn't give me any information about the finances, just how many employees are in the area. So I don't see a way to check it. I know in City Skylines 1 you could do that, where you could have it where it shows your how much money an area is making, how many population there is, and all that. So unfortunately, 40 tons of financial, absolutely. All right. So, I like the idea of trying to make some, like, cliffside housing kind of thing. So let's start trying to work on that. I want to try and preserve the line here. So I don't want to, like, push the ledges out. I just want to kind of level it. So we'll eat into this part of the mountain and try to avoid hurting the bottom part of the mountain. And it will, like, try and do that each stage. Like, ideally, we would do it from the top and work our way down, but I don't have access to that, so we're not going to. Alright, how do I want to go about this? Because I figure what we do is we have, like, a ramp up to each level, like a main road that goes up the mountain gradually, and then we just have, like, ramps off. Alright, so we start here, level. Trying to very slowly keep mostly that same line. Oh, 1 second. You're very disappointed the chat didn't keep the options even? Yeah, it's really hard to get stuff to tie. We had a tie earlier. So let's see. Current projects, new cliffside neighborhood. And the road's way over there. So this is going to take me a minute because I am trying to retain the jagginess of the edge. If we have any, like, really narrow outcroppings, I'm just going to leave them there. That'll look like a little bit character. As you can see, the ledge up top is just going to be a sheer cliff.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement. Has anyone seen my keys? My keys. What? We're in the air?
Sorry about that. It's, nothing important. I just lost my keys. I'm sure they'll turn up. They're for the brown sedan parked outside the radio station. Oh, wait. I probably shouldn't have said that. If anyone finds them, please don't steal my car. I mean, the old hornbuckle mobile, please. Oh, good. Here they are. Well, never mind them. Thank you for listening to...
Okay.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
All right.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident.
Sorry, I'm like trying to watch. I'm watching basically this edge and just trying to follow it around with the
should return to normal. But if
the
you're planning
right
a
edge
quick
of this.
trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays
Okay.
and drive safe.
And as I mentioned, this is actually going to be medium to high density, because that's what I have a need for. Alright, so we've got ourselves like a little ledge here. We'll see if this is enough to squeeze the road along to build the house, because I definitely want the houses and all that on the outer cliff edge. But I'm gonna have to, like, just chip away at this to make it a little bit wider. Because you gotta get the road around here. And we're keeping that mess there. Will they get a bus stop or 4? No. Costs extra. Who do they think we are? We're not made out of money. I mean, we kind of are, but No, seriously, who do they think they are? Alright, so... I almost want to... Well, no, it's gonna be dense. I was about to say, like, I almost want to give them, like, gravel roads or something. It's like, oh yeah, that's probably not actually a good idea. Alright, and we're just working at snaking that around the cliff's edge. Okay. It is nice that it doesn't actually have to be perfect, that it will, finagle this a little bit. You know, he did a pretty okay job with that. Let's see, top of the mountain could be low density with gravel roads? Yeah, I could see doing something like that. Like, right now we have the most need for medium and all that. Wind turbines, because it'd be so loud. Alright. So now the next question is, how are they getting from the main highway down? Because I do feel like ultimately we're going to have the north highway that goes up here and cuts across all... Well, sorry, that is the south highway. Then it cuts down here, goes across this whole area and goes there. I don't want it to go all the way up to the mountainside, so I'm kind of picturing that this will be the end here. And that'll be how that works. And then just having like a road that pops up here. And like I said, we'll kind of pop down here next, put like another ledge, do the same up top, and go with that. But I do need to get the road up there. For right now, I might just literally take a medium road. Maybe up this spot? Up the, yeah, just go right up like this. Trying to find the spot to link up. I'm not feeling that spot. I don't want to cut in the cliff up there as much. I honestly don't want to really cut in the cliff at all. I'd rather just sit on top and we just weave it back and forth. Like, make it a scenic drive up kind of thing. Let's snake it back and forth. That'll be how we do this. Let's see. Boss needs to look down. Okay. No, it's just... Oh, that's a huge ridge. Okay. So I'll try and turn around before we hit that really heavy ridge. We'll take that. Alright, come on. Alright. So it's this little winding road up the whole way up there. We do have like the one spot where they kind of slice into a cliff. So that seems to be like a little bit more reasonable of a thing to actually do with the road versus just like having this thing like hacks through the mountains again and again. I wonder if I could scooch this over using our upgrade tool, using the upgrade. Because we did see that you could do this. It's not actually letting me scooch it over much. Some of these ones you can... Oh, I think it might just be at the intersections. You can actually scoot over some of the roads if you use the upgrade tool, but... It's not looking like it'll let me do that. Wait, what is happening here? Yeah, that's definitely gonna work. That's absolutely going to work. Yeah, sure, we're just gonna leave it just the way it is. That's perfect. I see nothing wrong with that. Sure, we'll just go down here and deal with the water and the power and all that we need to hook up now. Okay. And I feel like this is another of those places that we will, put a substation at. Right now, I'll just put it in a little ways. Just so as we expand, we don't have to worry about it. And we could just drop a power line over here. Alright. Okay, and with all that, we'll also end up wanting like a subway station up here somewhere. I don't know how we're gonna facilitate that. I kind of want to make this like the real big building, like housing. All right. So we've got our first one. I wonder how we're gonna end up taking the ones up higher. Now I think about it. Like put a tunnel in here? Well, no, because I haven't seen it actually do the tunneling. I also just want to see how the cars deal with that. More than likely they'll just float up the side and I'll get annoyed by it and I'll just fix it up. But we'll see. Meanwhile, while they set those up, let's start with the next layer. So the layer down here isn't going to be as well defined because it's going to be working kind of around it. I'm already seeing one major issue. Alright. So I'm trying to more, like, ignore the bottom area and just follow the ledge up top. We'll see how that goes. And then deliberately adding some places to give it a little bit more character. Okay. Alright. Did you distill weapons and a bunch of skeletons? Cool. They're able to rise to the grave, have a better chance. Oh yeah. That's always been like a tactic in games with like undead. If you're able to disarm them or take their things or whatever, that you could do that prematurely to basically take away that strength they would get. Alright, so we do need to make enough room to fit in roads over here. That's all pretty wide. That spot, I don't know how we're navigating that spot. We'll deal with that. Okay, so I think we're in. Oh, let's see what's happening with this.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area
Yep.
due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution.
Ride or die, friends.
And try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement. A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
Just
This has been a local
just
public service
straight up vertical.
That was truly superfluous. Masterful counterpart. You're listening to Second Moon Radio, the station of levitated tastes. Don't
All right.
touch that dial.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda. And on to our main
All
feature
right.
story.
So I'm just trying
The commercial
to get
district
this
is
going up.
booming, as the area is
All
attracting
right.
more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury
Those
to our
new
neighborhood.
octopus sucker
You
tires
can
are working
now
well.
shop for
Oh
designer
yeah.
shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
I keep overdoing these bends, which is why I keep having to try and make minor corrections. Because I do want it to mostly follow that. Like, I don't mind if it carves into the mountains a little bit. If anything, that kind of makes it more authentic. That's no mud. But I just had to fight with the tool a little bit. Yep. All right. Oh, come on. That was a misclick on that one. Basically, I just didn't want to click yet. Alright, so we've got that side sorted. And apparently they just want more high density residential. Well, I was actually expecting this to be medium density. All right. Someone called a tire suckers marked for bullying. You love machine learning? Yep. They need to stop trying to do the really short ones. Those are the ones that get you in trouble, because it wants to do it like really, really sharp when you do that. Alright, we'll get there. Let's see. If there is a rock slide, is no doubt increase the density? A little bit. That is a really gross intersection right there. Let's actually change this road to a much smaller road. Oh, it is already small. Let's make it a real small road. And maybe we'll put, like, parks or something on that one. Alright, so you still just want maximum density. So those ones get to be the max density ones. It's making for a really kind of wild design here. We'll go ahead and add a couple of parks in here. Yes, a skate park. We can actually fit the skate park, interestingly enough. So skate park right there by the edge, because that's where it goes. We're definitely putting a dog park down here. Let's see, can you test and see if you can put buildings on a vertical slope? Yeah, so we already can, it just hacks away the slope. So like, if we go here, where you see that, if I put a zone there, it'll just chop into there, where it'll remove the mound and like move the cliff back. And I'm kind of deliberately avoiding that. Alright. Hey, we are now a grand city. Cool. So with that, we unlock things. Alright. So what the heck is automated parking? An automated parking garage is used as elevators to lift off the stacked vehicles in small slots at the top of each other. It saves plenty of street level space. Cool. I don't really care. We can do Center of Disease Control, Industrial Waste Processing, a large Hadron Collider. Oh, we don't have hardly anything there. We would have to go through the police stuff. We actually haven't had to worry about that. We can make an inner... I wonder when you're going to be a great grand city. Just wait. We already have the tourism. So satellite uplink with our capacity entertainment citywide, as well as entertainment values of certain buildings. Cool. So we're basically done with all the park stuff. I feel like in this case, I want to get the international airport. They got 6 points left. So we might go with the, we haven't had to worry about the internet stuff too late. We'll probably have to fix that not too long. We'll also have to fix that there. I don't really need the solar panels or like the power is like just not even an issue at all. So what do? Central Intelligence Bureau investigates severe crime activity and apprehends criminals with superior efficiency. The sole existence of this office lowers crime rate in the city. Basically, they're heckin' scary police, and therefore whatever. All right. Why is Skyrim lagging? Do you have any mods installed? Just genuine question. Do you have any mods installed? Over 500? Ah! I feel like that's your answer. Go ahead and grab those 3. Grab that one, and... We have expanded all this. The interesting thing is going to be getting that road up the next layer up. Okay, so so we don't seem to want to have any more high density housing. We want medium. I should start over here. We could actually get like different height ledges. Oh, we should probably also expand what's already there on this side as well. Okay. Cool. Alright. No crashes today? Yep. We have done a lot to... So, for the record, I'm pretty sure the crashes were a heat issue. In case anyone's wondering. Like, that seems to be what it was. I appreciate that we can kind of just terraform at will now, versus it being incredibly cost prohibitive, because it encourages me to do ridiculous stuff like this. And say Skylines 1, we would be spending literally millions and millions of dollars on this. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna keep expanding this. I'm probably gonna have more than one ramp up to this place in the long run. That's fine. I think we'll just keep working on this until we start seeing the desire for residential dip off. And then we'll consider this done for now. And, you know, move on to whatever our next objective we decide to put up on the list is. All right. Okay. I'm liking the idea. It is gonna be like these weird sheer cliffs everywhere. I'm gonna try and leave that as just kind of a lumped up rock area because it's not particularly usable for me. It'll add a little extra character to it.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the
Yeah, and I did a bunch of things to check, like to improve it. Like, you probably won't be able to see on the stream, but I actually have locked my frames per second all the way down to 30.
The immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please
because
exercise
honestly, in
caution
like
if you
City
must
Builders
drive,
Net, you're not
and try
gonna
to stay off
notice.
the streets until conditions
Like this
improve.
isn't some first-person shooter
This
where
has
like
been a local
every
public service
millisecond, nanosecond matters. Nothing is moving at extreme high speed where you have to worry about that kind of nonsense.
So settle back in your chair, pour yourself a glass, and prepare for
These are usually much chiller games and all that kind of stuff.
Tonight we are doing a musical tour of
I improved the airflow in my room, the circulation in my room for air.
Quibon, as they say.
That way
And an aria inspired
it wouldn't
by
just get hot and stuffy in here over a while. I did a big cleanup of the computer, went through all like, you know, the GPU heatsink, the CPU heatsink, dusted them out. None of them were particularly bad.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched.
Like they all had
and
some
traffic
dust,
flow
but
should
nothing
return
nothing that
to
should have
normal. But if you're planning a
significantly
quick trip
impacted
out,
their ability to
you
function.
might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you.
All right.
Meanwhile, expect
Yep,
delays
but it's running
for
almost 10C.
Industry in the
Let's see, what's
region is
it?
on the rise,
Actually, it's
and when
running
business is doing well,
about
that
15C
floats our boat.
cooler
There's
than
no
it was
sinking this boat,
yesterday.
Glenda.
I think a big part of that is the room ventilation thing, because this room can get real stuffy. So imagining the room was getting quite a bit hotter, and then, you know, because air, like transferring heat to air, the less of variation there is between the air, like you're trying to take the heat out of the computer with, and the ambient air, the less opportunity there is for it to dump heat out. So that's big. Because all that hot air is, for the most part, being pushed out of the room now. Alright. Just quickly going through all this. Okay, it's like, how close am I getting to the edge? It feels like this ledge is going on forever. I'm not gonna bother running the road along this entire thing all in one go because it would take me for absolutely ever. Like I said, as we have demand for residential, I'll expand the roadway up here wherever we need. This will end up becoming an area that we're gonna end up having lots of traffic problems down the road. We're going to need to make lots of public transportation deal with this. Okay. Alright. Just trying to make it vaguely follow it. Leaving a little bit of cliff edge on this one deliberately, just to give it a little bit more character. So it's not all sheer cliffs. Okay, and that leaves you down here. Because this one's going to be our medium density. So that's the reason I'm taking all the time, is one, so I can make this ledge look like it follows the path of the others without, like, making all the other ones really awful. And then that lets me have my room for my medium. So you need to be a little bit wider here so I can fit the road in. Okay, and you've got this side. Alright. Put our little bump out there. I wonder if this is one of those games that, like, the more you terraform, whether it has no meaningful effect to performance or a really severe one. Because depending on what tech they use, for a lot of the games, they actually will have the existing texture is kind of like programmatically added, and then all your modifications of it are kind of just mathed out the difference kind of thing. So this is like, if this ledge is like the one of all that, then when we go through and we would do the rest of the stuff, you'd pop in here and it'd be a whole thing that this actually gives me a pretty good spot for a really big ledge, honestly. Like, actually put, like, something significant up here. Put, like, one of the universities or something. Oh, don't do that. I want that to be level. But, so it's basically a differential from the base thing. Train stations? We definitely want public transportation up here. Trains will be tricky. They don't turn well. Like, I'd like subway, but those also aren't exactly the best at turning. We'll see what you can do for... That's fine. You won't notice it once we start adding a bunch of buildings. So yeah, so we got these ledges we're building. Yeah, so this is the medium ledge. Which is the one I actually care about right now, but I couldn't really get it to map up with the other stuff until we got this set up enough. Monorail. I don't think this one has monorails. I know the first one did. I haven't noticed the monorail in this one. I've noticed trams, trains, buses, taxis, which taxis just exist by default. You don't have to do anything for a taxi. You have the subway. You have boats. But you don't have like the other one where you had like blimps and monorails and helicopters and all that. I haven't seen any of that kind of thing. Admittedly, I haven't built an airport yet. But I'm gonna guess those probably aren't a thing. Not yet, at least. Okay. As we're getting down here, we're actually starting to get some much larger ledges because the slope is nowhere near as steep on this end. Which will be fun because that makes a good place for me to put schools or to put like police department, fire department, those kind of things, because those have way more room to work with. Yeah, like I'm following that height marker there. That'd be a really big ledge to work with. That'll be fun. Just need to not go so fast so it quits building up on me. Man, say Skylines 1, this would be like literally hundreds of millions of dollars to move all this. And unless you have the mod that gives you infinite earth and all that, I'd have to sit there and pull down all of this material and then go fill it in somewhere else, so basically move a mountain. Your bid said they haven't changed the physics of the water. It's not bad, but it's very difficult to work with when you redirect some rivers and all that. Yeah, I do honestly wish they had, it doesn't need to be like super realistic water or anything like that. I don't think that's necessary. But like just the idea of, you know, source here and it flows through kind of thing. Like, I'm okay with it, like, fudging the numbers a lot. Oh, let's actually leave that spot. Okay. So, we have already got gridlocked cars up here, which surprises no one, because this is a travesty of, transportation. And it's gonna be like that because I don't see a way we can fix that not to be awful. So, congratulations to the rest of your lives, citizens of this city. Oh, I have the wrong road type. Boom, boom. I want the complicated one. It just keeps going on forever. Because it's actually pretty easy to do this with that one. Okay, so that's gonna be an absolutely miserable place to live. But hey, you know, if people want to go, let's go with the European style. Let's do the, this style. We're gonna end up having to put, like, a center of commerce or something up here. And we're gonna need more roads that go up here and all that. That's fine. This could be so terrible. Oh, these are too far out here without another form of transportation. It's probably okay. Alright, so we got all the residential there. Oh good, that building collapsed. It's fine. And that one's a crime scene. Excellent. The road is complete and utter gridlock. 100% gridlock. Cool. That intersection.
A driving advisory has been issued for
We
the
really
immediate
are a
area
grand
due to
city.
poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
I wonder,
This has been a local public
can we
service
make this
announcement.
work?
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road
We can.
conditions. Please exercise caution if you
Let's
must
see,
drive and try to
that
stay
building
off
on the very
streets
edge of the
until
slope has
conditions improve.
collapsed. No
This
way.
has been a local
It's
public
fine.
service announcement.
What kind of future does music have if it doesn't look to
What
its
are you
past?
doing?
Well, I say the question speaks for
What are you
itself.
doing?
Here on Second Moon, we know you can't move forward unless
Okay.
you keep both eyes steadily trained on what's behind you.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays.
Illegal
on the
U-turn, it
major
seems.
roads, especially during
Ruining
rush
it
hour.
for literally
What do you know,
everyone.
Jim? Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere. Our story this hour. Kim is
Okay.
unseen
We seem to have caused a
outside
traffic
an
problem.
abandoned building.
A
That's right,
very
Jim.
minor,
This
slight, teeny
decaying
tiny,
shell is a
itty bitty,
symbol of the
probably not even
industrial
worth
decline
mentioning traffic
sweeping the
problem.
city. People are being
Definitely
laid off.
not a
The
huge,
industrial
horrific,
sector is on the
awful
verge of
issue.
collapse, and worryingly, crime is on the rise.
Thanks, Kim. Always got to watch out for crime. not to mention collapsing buildings. We'll have more.
Put a
after
giant
this.
roundabout down there. The highway ends. So I was trying to do that, but I found it didn't work well. I have to somehow manage to maneuver around a little bit. The big issue right now is just all the cars getting through here. I'm kind of hoping I can upgrade some of these ones to be bigger. Yeah, so I can't put a roundabout now, and it's just too steep. Yeah, so a lot of them I can't fit bigger roundabouts. I fully acknowledged that that was going to have traffic. Like, I figured that was just a given. What'll probably end up doing down the road is that we put, like, the South Highway. As they start putting the South Highway down here, is I'll have a bunch of areas where they can get up into those hills. But for the moment, it is going to be a colossal traffic nightmare, as it should be. So what we are going to need to do is to have some means of better transportation to and from all this. So with that, let's look at our public transportation situation. We do have the airport, both the international and that. We'll worry about that later. I do feel like I want to try and get the subway up here. So plan for one stop to be way over there. For the high density stop up here. Plan for another stop to be along here. Yeah, no, we'll end up having all that. So that should serve that area. Okay, so I need to back that up a little bit. It's gonna be tricky to get to go that much of a difference. Don't tell me I put that too close to actually maneuver it around. That'd be super annoying. Alright, let's try and... What? Alright, so it has to move. It's literally like right there in that circle. This is where it's at. So yeah, that's not gonna work where it's currently stationed. Let's scooch you all the way up here. Let's see. How do you pull that off? I went into my graphics card settings for and I went to the application for, say, Skylines, I said this application isn't allowed to have more frames per second. You're trying to help a friend who's having the overheat issues like you did? Yeah, so doing anything you can to reduce the load will help. Okay, there's the other side of that. Okay, so I've got that subway line all the way marked up there. Next, honestly, let's just try and get it connected to the octagon. And that'll be a good start. Where's the other half of you? There you are. Okay. Where's the octagon? Oh man, we are out here. Alright, so we have all this residential way down here. Changing the in-game settings to medium provides the greatest performance increase. Yeah, I had that, that did a whole lot with it as well. And then turning off motion blur and a bunch of stuff like that. Alright, so I think for as long as this route is, we're gonna actually use the octagon as like kind of a bridgeway point for this, which may be a mistake. But, you know, that's what we're gonna make. So there's not gonna be a big reason. That's fine. I say there's not gonna be a big reason for it to go over here and then back. But we'll see. It'll probably like it's probably something I should mark for adding later, anyways. All right. See how that goes. Let's see, so about 44 bus stops. The default settings made the game render like 5 frames per sec, main menu, even for you, even though the cursor normally. But you can find just fine with medium settings, motion blur, depth, and all that. Oh. Yeah, no, we're not gonna have like all the bus stops, because the downside about buses is they also take up highway space. So you gotta worry about that. So it looks like since we add all the roundabouts, it is improving. So that's good. We are having more demand for medium residential, which is shocking considering how far out here some of these go. But you know, hey, if they want more, I can give them more. We can give them more, that's fine. Let's grab our leveling tool. Pick up where we left off over here. Alright. You're not gonna go a whole way around, just trying to get a pretty good distance. Hi, tool, could you not do whatever that was? Okay, you're actually pretty close to the right edge of the map, so just keep following it over. I'm loosely following the dark line just above where this is. Again, mostly just give it kind of irregular shapes, have some of the cliff shine through. Also making a buildable area that'll actually be usable. Alright. And then that leaves you. Same deal. I think I'm gonna mostly try and follow that second one. All right. Kind of getting these cool, like, cliffside areas. I'm really actually kind of liking the plateau housing, as it were.
Issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
All right.
This has been a local public service announcement. A driving
So now it's causing more
issued for
things.
the immediate area due to poor
All
road
they get is
conditions.
one bus stop,
Please
promotes the
exercise
development of
caution if you
social
must
life in the community.
And try to stay off the streets
Yeah.
until conditions improve.
Okay, so
has been a
this is
local
gonna be really
public service
terrible.
announcement.
So let's go ahead and get this
We're
going.
back with Second Moon Radio, your second musical home from home. So settle back in your chair, pour yourself a glass, and prepare for another hour of musical music. Tonight we are doing a musical tour of Italia, land of art and culture. Que bon, as they say. And an aria inspired by the infamous Vivaldi.
All right.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
All right. Won't go
This just
too
in
much
for
farther.
traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time.
All right.
Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
Okay. So we've got this one set up. They want medium density. I'm honestly tempted to put some medium density with commercial. I think we're not going to yet, though. Hey, old factory condos. Heck yeah. That sounds like the exact place you'd want to live. Make your home in an old abandoned, well, I mean not abandoned, an old dilapidated factory refurbished to be condos. Definitely no asbestos, definitely no, caustic chemicals. Certainly, absolutely not something you need to worry about. Alright, so let's go and... Alright, we actually have a couple. Okay, that was, Right. We have the movie star lot. I feel like that should be like way up here whenever we build it. Like really obnoxiously up there. Hey, okay. Mixed residential and commercial causes constant noise complaint. And they are forever unhappy. That's not my problem. I mean, what? Alright. So yeah, so these ones aren't doing too hot. We have developed a lot up here. And it is those things that the problem we have. I do like that the traffic has mostly died off. We put that, we put the subway in, and it just, the traffic situation really kind of petered off a lot. I don't get... Oh, you have lights. Alright, we can probably fix this. So there's a couple things we can do this intersection to probably help it. So let's go here to advanced. Crosswalk, absolutely not. Why are you crosswalking here? Where did you come from that you're crosswalking at this spot? And I want... Well, I don't want this to be entirely... I wanted to make it this stop and not go. And that can only turn right. So you shouldn't have to wait. Where are you walking from? Yes, I don't really get why they're having a problem here. Because if I put a stop sign, every single car will stop. Which is actually going kind of faster right now. I think the answer is I put a turn-off lane here and there. Or fly-off, whatever you want to call it. So instead of having that butt right up to this, we can go here, do this, grab one high... Do that. Do that. And do that. Oh yeah, we already have power. Okay. Oh, don't allow U-turn on this one. Because then I shouldn't need a light. Alright, actually I can't tell them. Don't allow U-turn. So I can probably fix this by upgrading this to a 2-lane and a 2-lane. So yeah, so that'll only allow turn right. That'll allow... We can go over here to advanced road stuff. No left. No straight. Only right. No left. There's no intersection. They just feed directly into there. It's counting as an intersection anyway, so they're stopping for no reason. Why are you this way? Here, let's... I need you to stop counting as an intersection, please. At least definitely not there. Okay. Let's try this again. So I've got that there. We might be able to go in here and help it out by going... Make the top highway single lane... make the top one a single lane highway. So what I might be able to do is accept that it's going to be an intersection. They're nice and horrific. They're not stopping. That's the part I cared about, is they're not stopping. They're just going straight on through. So it should catch up and eventually get that. My goodness. Get that through. Could probably do a little lane math to help this out. So we're expanding out to 3 lanes. So ones who want to turn around, they can take either the middle or that left lane. The ones who want to go straight through can go middle or right. Yeah, so that'll speed all of that up. And if you just caught me where it said lane math, the idea is to know how many lanes you're trying to switch through and to make sure you have that. It's ugly, you love it. It is what it is. And then immediately things don't go well over here. As everyone fights to get up the perfectly reasonable road right there. There's how traffic flows. You gotta have real grippy tires if you want to drive in this town. Okay. Our population is actually shrinking now, just a little bit. Alright. So it's interesting that everyone is coming into town. I think it's literally just people moving in bulk. Because everyone return and almost no one go out to, you know, work, jobs, whatever. One thing we will need to do is students. Alright, so we definitely need another elementary school. Interestingly enough, it's showing them all as in green right now. We definitely don't want to draw them into walking down there if we can help it. So we can plunk down one elementary school over here, because they got this big broad area to put it, so it's a good spot for it. Alright. So let's have it branch off about here. So that'll be one spot we have. And I'll probably have a second spot right there. Let's see how all that goes. Alright, so we've got a couple places where we can have branch offs, all that. So let's go in here and put in an elementary school. Where can we fit one that's not going to disturb too much? And I want it relatively close to that subway entrance, which I believe is right up here. I think that's it there. So I want it relatively close to the subway entrance, that way people can use the subway to get to the school. We'll expand its capacity. And what we could do from here... and just cut right across here. And that gives us the route from the subway to the school. Then meanwhile, we're down here. And these middle ones here will be mixed zoning. So they have some commercial up here. Alright. That gives us a school over here. Let's check what else we got going on. So we still have inadequate number of schools. I want to put a school up here somewhere, but I don't know where we can fit it. UDU collapsing building. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. I'll take a stretch break. Yeah. Bingo. Because that puts that one right near that subway. And then go right here. All right. We got a route from the subway that doesn't involve them. Look at all the people just moving along here.
Poor road conditions. Please exercise
All
caution
right.
if you must drive
Is there a
and
way to
try
build
stay
a
off
road
the
that
streets
doesn't
until
have
conditions
zones
improve.
attached to it?
This
Yeah,
has
so
been
if
a
you
local
build
public service
roads
announcement.
A driving advisory
that
has
are
been issued
highways,
for the immediate area
they
due
won't
to
have
poor
any
road
zoning
conditions.
allowed along it.
Please exercise caution
Whereas
if you
the
must
other
drive, and
roads
try
will
to
have
stay off
zoning
the
along it.
streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
This is Second Moon with J. Thomas Hornbuckle. Before we dive into our next selection, I'd like to take a few
All
mental
right.
moments to elaborate on the formal structure of the symphonic work. For our newer, less able listeners, first,
I wonder if we could
dancing
like have
through
walkways
the
up and down the
Aldente
cliffs over
section
here.
before entering the slower Largo movement, finally, then savoring the vivacious anti-pasto movement. So, without further ado, let's raise the curtain.
Okay, so we are still dealing with traffic backing up real bad. It's this spot here is the big one. This one is also a problem because like you can see the cars trying to U-turn.
That's right, Jim. This decaying shell is a symbol of the industrial decline sweeping the city. People are being laid off. The industrial sector is on the verge of collapse.
All right.
And
I would say we've got our
on the
well,
rise.
it's not in a great place. We do have this. Let's actually check. So medical,
collapsing buildings. We'll have more after
it is
this.
having problems with the medical, but that's
Local
because
stargazers
traffic
are in for a
primarily.
real treat tonight as the
Recycling, we're
aurora
having
borealis
problems.
is expected
Fire.
to light
Okay, so
up the
fire
night
is
sky.
horrific
That's
up here.
right, Jim. Don't forget
So let's
to
drop
look up
one
this evening.
fire station over here.
Promises to be quite a sight.
Hey, Blind Real Life. Thank you so much for the raid. I saw you were playing this this earlier while I was on my quick little break. I peeked and saw you playing. How was your stream? For those who don't know Blind in Real Life, actually I think my mod is on break at the moment, so let me go ahead and get you a shout out. So, for those who don't know Blind in Real Life, another content creator on the platform, plays a lot of Dwarf Fortress among other things. Well, actually, I mean, Dwarf Fortress is kind of one of Blind's big things. Really good at it. I don't know anyone who knows more about Dwarf Fortress than Blind. There may not actually be a person who knows more about that. But, welcome in, Raiders. How went the stream and all that good stuff. I do know Blind was playing some City Skylines 2 as well. We have been as well. We've got a nice, pretty good city going here. It's actually got lots of problems now because I've been having chat choose what I'm working on. And we decided to make a cliffside neighborhood, which is definitely inefficient with terrible road routes, and it's like everything about it is bad. But it looks cool. You know, just ignore all the crime scene markers and all that. I'm currently working on correcting that. But how was the stream and all that good stuff? Inspired by Vegas. I mean, we got like big city down here. Let's see, city run by money and no logic. Yes, that. So yeah, so we've actually been having a pretty good time with the city. I started with like this little area. That's my old town, as it were. Got a bunch of industry built down here. We made this weird octagon office space that has perhaps been overinvested in and is mostly abandoned. Our downtown has a livestock farm in the very middle of it. That is literally our center of town, is a big farm. We're leaning into it. We have the giant observatory tower over a big farm. Got a nice little peninsula of residential going on here. So, you know, you can have your ruined castle right here and have your wonderful view that you can look out into the area and just enjoy the spectacular view of all of the mining operations directly across the water from you. That's perfect. There's nothing about this that needs to be changed at all. It's exactly how it should be. We've got our hydroelectric dam here that's just here because reasons. It's actually not in a good spot where it makes much power. You know, why not? But yeah, so you should absolutely drop a follow over with Blind if you don't know who that is, because they're absolutely a fantastic content creator on the platform. For those who are popping in here, I am Rual Storge. I do play a variety of games here on Twitch. I'm most known for what I've done in Project Zomboid, which is I used to hold the world record for the highest kill count run ever streamed, 135,121 zombies killed on one character, one life with no mods, change itemization, or vehicles. But yeah, so this, I mean, a variety streamer, just to be clear. I haven't played Project Zomboid a meaningful amount in a while. But this has been a fun town. We've been like making these ledges up here that we're gonna keep building residential on there. You know, kind of mixing it up to make it kind of interesting. I'm gonna have real transportation problems here. But the plan we do have is this main highway is I'm planning on having it split off, go down here. It'll be towards the base of the mountain, and then I'll have a bunch of different ways to get up there versus right now I've got one medium road who's completely and utterly inadequate for the job. Considering that expands about a third of the map right now. And then it'll connect back up here, and just same, we'll have it go back up there. We're having a good time. I'm enjoying it. It's different from, say, Skylines in a way. Got alert. Dinner started. Nice. You have yourself a good dinner. Thank you again for the raid. It really does help. I really do appreciate it. What? Oh, this is our subway. I didn't realize it was poking through the ground in that one little... Alright, we got our little subway window for everyone who wants to see the subway go through. But yeah, so it's been going pretty well. Like, once I started building this has been horrifically bad for the town. Because all of our services are getting stuck in this traffic. It's a skylight? Yeah. It's a skylight for a subway. Oh, for a moment I thought I saw like another hole down there. Because we actually have a pretty good public transportation going in here. It may not look like it, but I've got subway connections that go throughout the whole time. We've got a tram system through our main city block. We've got railway bringing people in. We've got a boat hooked up, but it's doing literally nothing for us. But as you can see here, our subway is responsible for moving 29-ish thousand people per month. Whereas our trams are at about 10,000, and our taxis are a joke at 440,000. Are my alerts broken? It seems like my alert's broken. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it would appear my alerts are broken, so I do apologize about that. Generally, though, we do, like, anonymous follows here, so if you do follow, that we just, you know, thank you for the follow. You know, we don't call people's names out unless they, you know, unless you go out your way to just be like, yeah, I'm cool with it. Just because I know a lot of people want to lurk, they don't want their names called out, and all that kind of good stuff. Alright, so we're also getting to the point of... They're not a problem, they're a feature. Yeah, so we're also getting to the point of coming up with our next task, because I would say the new Cliffside neighborhood is in place. It's definitely not in a good place, considering the crime and everything. Let's go and add another... You want to add a police headquarters here? Nah, let's just add a police station. It's actually not that dense population-wise, it's just... Let's go ahead and add a police station over here. And then fire is actually... Oh yeah, I already built the fire station over there. We need more elementary schools. And I cannot seem to get people to actually attend my colleges. I've got a bunch of them. They're all mixed in where the population center is. And they just really don't want to attend, and I don't know why. Like, the elementary schools, and as long as I provide them, they use them. I don't actually know where the place is that we are lacking, because like this is non-residential, so I don't need it, and this is not residential, so I don't need it over here. Ah, so we've got a... Okay, so this is the area that seems to be hurting with residential. Alright, so that'll be fine. We'll go ahead and build our elementary school over here. And that should start to help. We also have a disproportion on our population's age right now. It's not a problem. I have more elementary than I'm going to ultimately have. But yeah, for some reason, like the colleges, I'm just not getting attendance. Because like I have the college right here, right by the city center. It's barely used. Got another college right here. This one's actually getting hit pretty hard. But for some reason, like, this one has, like, no students hardly at all, and I don't really know why. It should be entirely reachable. I got a tram system drops off right there, just off to the side of it. The university's doing okay. Alright, so let's see. So I don't think we got our higher education. Oh, we did. So I would say for right now, we're going to consider this as being constructed. Obviously, it's full of a whole mess of problems, which is traffic. What can I do to improve the traffic here? So right now, the bottleneck is our people are really hardcore when it comes to driving uphill in this city. Like, absolutely the stickiest tires you've ever had. You got a couple spots like that. I think there's another one down here somewhere. It may be fixed now. Yeah, I think it's fixed now. Oh, I think it may have been this spot. But yeah. But I don't think that's what's causing the traffic jam. Maybe it is. Let's see if we can't fix that. Let's see if we can't use a trick I saw that Belnar I saw came up with. Probably others have come up with it as well. Is that what we do is we take a road and we find what we've already been using for it. Ah, so I can't even finagle it over. Alright, so we're just gonna fix this real fast. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab you. And make it so the hill's not as steep. And see if that fixes anything. Is that... Oh, it's... Okay, it's like... Thank you for the bits. I do appreciate that, Strider. Nah, it looks like the alerts are broken. Let me check to see if Firebot has crashed. Because it's not that it's never happened. Nah, Firebot's happy. Yeah, no, Firebot's fine. Just, it's probably something like Streamlabs is busted or whatever, because a lot of my alerts get notified for that, or Twitch, whatever the one is. Sometimes that happens, that whatever service I'm subscribed to grab the alerts to have Firebot work gets stuck. Yeah, so you can go left or right. Yeah, so we still have that U-turn area that's a problem, and that's because of this up here. So I just need more routes to get up these cliffs and all that. Should help. Because then instead of like one group trying to run cars the entire length, that'll help. But what we're going to go ahead and do is, because the immediate objective we had, I'm going to consider that done. And we're going to do a new poll which says what are we working on next? So we're going to do the North Highway as one option. And this is the south we're facing at right now. South Highway. Medical University. Tech University. And we'll say New Industrial Park. So, what I've been doing is I've been putting up polls every so often as we finish tasks. So if you don't see the poll, you just need to refresh the browser and all that. But the idea is I've been putting up these polls basically saying, what do you want to see me work on next? So the things we've got right now is I want to put a highway from over here, going up this way, coming across here, dropping down there before it rejoins. That way I can build a bunch of stuff up here and not have it go off my main trunk of my highway. I'll have this connect up there and all that kind of stuff later, and this go down there. But that's the north route. The South Highway, which is actually being difficult because I don't have all the stuff revealed yet. The idea is it's supposed to go down here, sweep along the mountainside. It's going to stay near the bottom, sweep along, same idea. But we can work on that because pretty soon I'll hit the next level in the city. I'll be able to unlock like 20-something more tiles and we'll be good. We have the Medical University, which is I need to add a second university, and we'll make it a medical one. I don't know where we're going to put that. I have actually no idea where we're going to put that. Probably along here, maybe? And then the Technical University would go to the same location, and a new industrial park because I have demand for industrial. Otherwise, I'll just keep building off this one. You know what I'm gonna do?
A driving advisory has been issued for
Alright,
the
so lower the
immediate
power
area
for
due
that.
to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
That's
A
interesting. It
driving
won't actually let
advisory has
me...
been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise
There we
caution
go.
if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
Is anyone seeing my keys?
Basically, I'm making what's effectively retention ponds.
We're in here?
Oh,
They don't-
oh,
They don't
sorry
actually
about
do
that. It's,
anything in this
nothing
game,
important. I just lost
but
my
just
keys.
from where I'm at in
I'm sure
Florida,
they'll turn up. They're for the
we have retention
brown
ponds
sedan.
everywhere of necessity because Florida's fresh water primarily comes from springs that tap into the aquifer,
Steal my
and because of how fast the water
The
goes
old
off,
automobile, please.
if we don't keep the water in places,
Here they are. Well,
then
Never mind then.
it just doesn't
Thank
get
you
absorbed in the
for
aquifer. It
listening.
takes too long.
Second move.
We're live, and we're
All
getting
right.
reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal.
So we just have
If
like
you're
little teeny
planning a
tiny
quick
retention
trip
pond
out,
things.
you might
I
want
actually
to wait
tested
until
earlier. We had this
everything
cool little
clears
park
up.
we made.
If you're in it,
Because we realized that 50% power on the brush, a little strong. Only touched that for a second, it just went. Sorry about that. That noise probably didn't come across well. We just sucked straight down. I was like, all right, well, it's a park now. And you built a business that doesn't reach. Sure, have a good time. See how that works out for you. So we just made like a little subdivision with a school around it, little crater spot. But yeah, we have a lot of crime going on. I think the problem is we have all of our law enforcement because there's a police department right here. What is that? What is happening with you? Why are you all gridlocked? What are you doing? Oh my god. What has happened here? Hang on. We're not paused. Excuse me. What is this? Hi, everybody. Some people are still moving around. That muscle car is having a rough time of it. Why is this so cursed? Oh, good. They're moving. This area is moving. What is happening here? Does it happen to you start deleting crossroads? But I didn't delete a crossroad around here somewhere. Where are you all trying to go, though? This feels like a save and restore kind of situation. Because the entire city seems to be stuck right there. Not able to punch in hunt time. Yeah. So, clearly something is not working here. And unfortunately in this Skylines, at least not that I've seen. So you're trying to go to... You're going home, and home is here. Oh, I am so sorry. You have a pretty awful commute, I'm gonna be honest. Alright, so I do think this is a save and reload situation, because clearly something is properly busted down here. You know, it's yeah, so it's causing all the crime to build up around here because we have a permanent traffic jam. So let's go ahead and just scarf Dale. We'll just go ahead and do that, and we will reload it and see if that that corrects that mess. I was like, man, why is this entire town full of crime? What happened here? Oh no, it remembers where they are. Well, that's not supposed to be part of the plan. So let's see if we can't just kick them into resetting real fast by saying, hey, that walkway, it's gone. And now it's back. It's gone and now it's back. It's gone and now it's back. it's gone and that's back. At a subway station, I think there is one in the area. I know there's one around here somewhere. Let's quickly take a look. And I did see that we had the South Highway one. So let me go ahead and change my objectives before I forget, because I absolutely will. Build South Highway. Cool. So that is our next objective to work on. But first, I gotta fix this problem. So the subway... Yeah, there's a subway station, like, literally right here. I think everyone's making their way now. Okay, it's clearing up. It's just something got screwed up in the logic and they couldn't figure out their path, so by taking away their crosswalks and putting it back, it is clearing up. So how slammed is the subway station? Which one is this? Three passengers. Where's the one that has passengers waiting like 2,000? Underground subway, passengers waiting 605 and climbing. Cool. Well, that'll get itself fixed pretty soon. Oh yeah, that's where we have the pedestrian area matching over. I totally forgot we even had a walkable area over here. And no surprising, a bunch of these buildings collapsed because nothing was getting through. We got fire trucks and ambulances and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I think it was the pawns are trying to get to the subway, and probably while it was, not pawns, the citizens were trying to get to the subway, and while it was building, it just broke their pathing logic, and so they all just stood around. So that looks like it's correcting itself. Alright, so we're going for the South Highway, which is a little problematic at the moment because I don't actually have a lot of that area ready, but that's okay, because we can still work on it. Do you want to make it a raised highway? I think it should be a raised highway. That'll be incredibly cost prohibitive, but money is meaningless, so we're gonna go with that. So we can go highway. Yeah, so it'll wrap down this way. Now come through here. So we'll do... Let's go big. We go 4-lane highway, parallel. Alright. So spoiling your giant, your wonderful mountain view. Let's see, I think there was a car trying to take a left turn in the building, which is blocked by stopped traffic, which is blocked by pedestrian, which is blocked by the stopped traffic, which is blocked by the left turning car. Yep, that could also be it. Alright, so we've got the start of it. So like I said, we're gonna have that loop down there. So I'm not going to have that other stuff unlocked yet, but that will be the goal, is to get that working. Now, that does bring up the next issue, which is this is our main highway going through here, is getting that connected to here. So we're going to probably want some kind of interchange here, probably a 3-way interchange like we've got over here, because that'll be a lot high volume one.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Increasing areas of forest are being engulfed by flames. The thick smoke rising from the fire makes the air dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires and remain at a safe distance until emergency services manage to get the fires under control.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly clear out this area right here, and we'll put our interchange over here. Because that should be a high volume. Yeah, that's a high volume interchange. Ooh, I did not get rid of enough for this. Okay. Because the goal is going to be probably around there. Okay, so it will not let me take that off the ground. That's actually kind of a bummer. Maybe we just make our own interchange, which is going to go horrifically. But, you know, sometimes you just have to do horrific things. But first, let's fix this. Alright, so how do I want to try and make this horrific nonsense happen? Let's first disconnect from that. Let's go and do this City Skyline one way, which is not going to be great. So I'm picturing an absolutely awful roundabout, a 4-lane highway roundabout, which will be an abomination that no one should ever create. But, you know, we're here. So let's see here. So if we're starting it, of course it won't let me do that because it shouldn't. Alright, so I need to set a point as my anchor point for the middle. So you can go here and we will just use a regular road. That will be the middle point of our ridiculous roundabout. We will plan for it to be 140 yards in radius. Do the sloped road. It needs to be 90 degrees. And we need to go 90 degrees. Here, we can make that work. That needs to be 180. It's not going to be a perfect roundabout, which is going to upset a lot of people, and while I apologize, I also am not going to really... Aw, that's going to be right on top of that, isn't that? That's fine. That's fine. We'll just move it. Put it down here. Okay, so let's try this again, hopefully with less scuff. So again, 140 we'll have for the yards. It's not far enough. 143 yards. Are you gonna sleep? Alright, sure, you sleep well. Thank you again for tuning in. Okay, so let's try this again. So what we do is we make it 140. We lower it down to make it balanced. I have it on. Why didn't it give me that? It's alright, we'll deal with that. Okay. So 140, 90 degrees. Go like this. We need 90 degrees again. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect because it's not locking perfectly, but that's okay. So, 90 degrees. Did I miss something? It's fine. That'll be good enough. And now we get rid of the centerpiece. So we've got the ridiculous roundabout. Okay. Now we're gonna do some lane math here. So we're gonna actually have this drop down in the number of lanes we have. So that this merges in with 2 lanes. And it comes out with 2 lanes. So that should collapse it down. They take the outer 2 lanes, and the outer 2 lanes exit over here. And just the same, I'm going to want to bring you closer, so let's put you back in parallel. Why are you being weird? Didn't have problems with this before. That's fine, we'll just cut this back. We're redoing this whole road anyways. Yeah, so go here, turn it this way. Same idea, turn off parallel. Grab you. Outer 2 go there. Do that. Alright, and now with this, you pop up here. And you pop down here. Okay, so we got this horrific giant roundabout that'll be nothing but pain and suffering for us. It's gonna work terribly, it's gonna have awful problems, and we're gonna do it anyways. Is that not really? I thought this was... Oh, you know what?
A driving advisory has been issued
Oh, I'm
for the
okay.
immediate
There we
area
go.
due to poor road conditions. Please
I'm missing
exercise
you.
caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
This
Okay, so
is
everything's
Second
connected now.
Moon with J.
So
Thomas
now what I
and
want to
Rual.
do
Before
is
we
take
dive
the
into our next
road that
selection,
goes
I'd
up
like to
here.
take a few
Actually,
memento moris to elaborate
no.
on the formal structure of the symphony.
Let's change this road.
For our newer, less able listeners, first we will be
and we can
dancing
go ahead and
through
bring it
the
down
al
here.
dente section before entering the slower largo movement.
Oh,
finally,
sorry.
and savoring the
I thought we were still on
antipasto
turn it,
movement.
because what I'm going to do is I'm going to
without
turn that off,
further
and we'll
ado,
have
let's
an exit and entrance go
raise
on
the
just off the
curtain
main highway.
and begin.
Not have like a big fancy interchange or
This
anything like
just in
that.
from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Okay.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down.
Let's see if we
And if
can
you can, plan
either
your
turn
trip
this
outside
underneath
the
that
rush
highway or over top
Oh,
it. Either
I don't
or.
know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business
I
is
totally
doing
forgot.
well, that floats our boat.
There's no
We
saving this
played
boat,
Doki Doki
Glenda.
Literature Club not too far back, hence actually having that. Okay, come on. So what I'm trying to do is adjust this real fast so we can scooch it right over. For a horrific interchange that no one in real life would ever want to take, but for our use case, might be tolerable. Okay. So that gives us away from that one. You know it was so scary. Yeah, for those who don't know what Doki Doki Literature Club is, it is a psychological horror game disguised as an adorable, like, anime, like, visual novel dating game. When I say it's psychological horror, it is a rough time. It's a good game, but it is a rough time. Keep saying slope too steep. So I think the problem is I've actually made that, there you go. I made it just way too high. So I've got this ridiculous, like, way up in the air interchange, but that'll work, because now they'll take us down there, and I'll still have the traffic problem we had before, and then we're just gonna have to move this somewhere. You live here now. And then we can connect the pipes. I'll connect those pipes. We can grab you. Alright, so that fixed all that. We have an interchange now. All of that should work. But what this does by having this highway down here is, for like we're way over here, is I can add another place to get onto the highway up this way. And we can have basically periodic ways to get over there. But we still need to unlock the extra area here. We've unpaused finally, so we're working on all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, so we're getting all this set up. Alright. I think we go for like this house area. We're not going to do another big fancy interchange. I think I'm just going to put like a regular roundabout there. Put a medium road. This one we're going to just take right underneath it because this is not a particularly steep hill. So grab you, drop you down to ground level. That'll work. Okay, so we've got that. Now pop over here, we'll go here. Roundabouts. Alright, so I can fit that one in there. No, I can't. I'm lying. I can fit that one in there. Okay. Let's see, you think you have a perfect name for the horrendous roundabout? Okay, what is the Rush Hour Roulette? Sure. Rush Hour Roulette. Also, if you do want to be a citizen in the town, just let me know. We have been adding them. I think most of our people are aging out, unfortunately. But as it is. Hey, look! Immediate gridlock! I would have never guessed. Alright, so let's go in here real fast, because we can go to this road, do this, over here. You may not go through. You may not turn left. You may only turn right. Right is your only option. Why did you build that? Well, I needed an interchange, and it wouldn't let me put it up in the air, so I was like, you know what? We can do this. So we can actually upgrade this to 2 lanes, and that should improve it, because then we can have 1 lane go through and 1 lane go across. So highway, 2 lanes, upgrade. That should improve the throughput of that, because both lanes allow for the right. And everyone is... I don't want to let you have a U-turn. I want just left lanes. It's a shame they don't have a no U-turn on this. Because I'd like them to use both... Oh, here. This'll fix it. That's right. If I make this 2 lanes over here, it'll get rid of the, We're just doing that. Okay, so that's going to improve the throughput a lot. Yep, so we are still backed up here. Which is a curious one that they're having such... Why are they turning, like, sideways? I know that's a really weird zig. So like, that's multiple lanes. Like, why is it being that way? Yeah, so it's the weird thing where they're getting up to this point and then they're turning sideways to go around. Whereas I want them to only take the 2 lanes back there. Yeah, I'm trying to slowly shift it more and more to the right. I almost feel like... There we go. Now they're not doing the weird shimmy to the left kind of thing. Okay, so that should start improving. Alright, and then it'll fix this problem. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, back to fixing this over here, which is where we were working. So we want to change that to freeform, parallel. Keep that mostly straight for right now. Okay, for right now, we'll just go to the end of this and say that we'll just leave it alone. It's fine. If you've gotten this point, oh, I don't want those to go to the ground. I want you to be elevated. That's the whole idea, is that you're an elevated highway. So, parallel, you're good. Have them go straight. Okay. So with that, I think I'm going to do the same thing here about one on, one off kind of thing. We'll do the 2 lanes again, so we'll go back here. Oh, yeah, parallel. So I was like, what? Too steep. Okay, I need you to actually cooperate with me here. Alright, Okay. Then go down here, drop you, go here. Toggle up 1 notch. Back here more. Yeah, so I'm making this elevated highway just too elevated for my own good, which is the reason why I'm running into problems. Okay, so it's not beautiful. Don't look directly at it. It's just definitely not a good time to look straight at that. What we will do is, for right now, is I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So people can U-turn if they want to get all the way to the end of the road. Alright. And then same over here. People so desire. You can U-turn back there. So we'll continue working on this highway as we're able to do so. So the good news is a lot of this traffic is improving. We're not getting everyone stuck in the giant loop. They are eventually making it up here. This area is not bottlenecking too bad. Like this place still sucks. And I can't quite fix it because of the angle of everything.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
Yeah,
This
so I
has
can't
been
really
a
improve that.
Local public service announcement.
This is Second Moon Radio Classic.
Yeah, so that's still just a pain point right
Unlike
there.
Most modern music, classical has always been penned by someone sitting in front of a sheet of blank paper.
All right.
Using only their
Let's see, can you rename that one
slides through a silent
to the round block?
audio
This one?
masterpiece. Now here we sit listening at full volume and our souls
Round a block it is.
transported.
That one's not as visible, but you know, it's set.
But let us not tarry.
Yeah, so that's fine. It's just right down here it seems to be a problem. And that's mostly because this Hickory Street intersection,
We're live,
because of how
and
steep
we're
it
getting
is
reports about a
over
traffic
here,
accident,
it's not
somewhere,
really letting me do a
in
whole
the
lot.
city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return
Alright.
to normal. But if you're planning
Yeah,
a
so that
quick
one
trip back,
intersection's
you
bad,
might
but
want to wait a little
it
while
does seem
until
to be
everything clears out.
alleviating a lot of
If you're
stuff.
in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and
Alright, and that's actually going pretty okay over here.
On to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is
Oh, so I
attracting
should also...
more
Yeah, so I already
high-end
have a
stores,
pathway over here.
bringing the latest in luxury to
Alright,
our
that seems to be
neighborhood.
going alright.
You can now shop for designer shoes.
So we've got the
while
start of our
sipping a
South House
fancy local
highway.
Jarva
It is
mate.
not
Or something
anyone's
like
favorite in
Chelsea.
appearance.
That's good for
I
business
definitely will build
and
more
good
like
for the
connections over
community.
here once we start
Thanks,
building out
Jim.
the residential over that
We'll be
way.
back after this.
We need more industrial, so let's go ahead and get that while we're waiting in the meantime for the city to continue growing. Let's see. Hi. The roundabout do not seem like a problem. The traffic light next to it seems to be the reason why you're having a jam there. Yeah, the problem I found... So it's... I can't change the roundabout to make these lights nicer. Actually, where did the traffic... Well, the traffic is... Oh, here we go. There's the one. Ah, yeah. Can we... No, we can't. Because it's too steep if I do that. The city does not look like 85,000. Yeah, so the 85,000 is primarily happening down in all of this. Do you know how to remove traffic lights? I believe so. I'm going to check here in just a second. Yeah, so 85,000, we have like this big dense area down here. We've got a bunch of people living over here. So like that's where the 85,000 comes into. What's happening in the Octane District? Looks like lots of complaints. It's mostly empty buildings because we overbuilt it when we made it. Like when we made it, we only had a little bit of, well actually, I mean we had a full office bar, but that is a lot of offices all at one time. So we just don't have office demand to satisfy it. I believe, if I'm correct, we go here, we choose light, and then we go to the offending intersection, and we right-click. Alright. Yeah, so everyone went work from home. Yeah. I mean, considering the commute some of these people had, we had people who were like down here going all the way up to the industrial park over there, or they're like living out in these houses and going all the way over there. There's just not a good route there. We have subways that take them, but yeah. So one thing we're gonna have people pretty unhappy about is our internet providing. We just don't have it over here. So it's going to give internet to that part. Internet over here, and we'll need a spot for internet right here in the middle. Someone's going to have to lose their house. You. Okay. So we've got a lot of internet providing here. That's probably one reason this isn't doing well. Imagine running a modern business without having an internet availability. Multi-story, multimedia plays a true classic style. This office building houses media companies that provide entertainment, information, and everything in between. It looks like it'll attract tourists that appreciate the timeless classic. Cool. So this will improve the well-being of citizens within 104 yards. So we probably want to put this in this area. So let's just grab one of these other buildings we already have here. And now your big fancy building. I still like that our city center is just a livestock farm. Downtown, right in the middle, the livestock farm. The city blew up around it, and the owner said, "I'm not selling." That's our headcanon. So as the city just continues to grow, and they have all these plans, it's just a farm. Looks like the farm got renamed. It did get renamed at some point. Yeah, it was Cookie's farm, wasn't it? How dare you take back the roads? Yeah, so Cookie Street is still there. Here we have the experimental farm near Town. Oh, hi, Tornado. Just casual Tornado doing tornado things up on the cliff. I see you, friend. So far, we haven't had a tornado do any damage to our city at all. We've had 3 or 4 of them, but never noticed it actually do anything worth mentioning. So you're not getting bottlenecked here on the roadways there. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Sorry the alerts are not working. They were working earlier, and now they're not, so Twitch gonna Twitch. Alright. We can go over here. Definitely not the way we want to do it. This entire thing, overlapping items. What are you overlapping that you're upset about? Oh, you're just overlapping. It's my mind is thinking is the red overlapping message. Alright, so we don't want to get closer than that. So we'll go here, industry. Boom, 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 boom. Go ahead and plop it on that side as well. So yeah, these grids, these squares like this are actually really bad. If you're gonna do it, you want to have like one way in, one way out to try and make them predictable. So where I'm switching back and forth is just bad in general. But hear me out. I'm lazy, and this is not going to be here forever. I say as this will absolutely be a permanent feature of the city. That's just how it works. It's like anyone who's ever played Oxygen Not Included, or Factorio. Where like, this is a temporary thing, and then your entire system runs on it forever. Alright, so we're expanding the internet, the industrial down here. I believe we have a subway entrance down here. It's fine. We're not having much traffic, so it's okay. So let's start starting to place look nicer. All that's fine. Do we have anywhere else we could do some more industrial stuff? I've got my farms up here. I've got honestly room to build another farm up here. Same over there. Because look at a spot for like a really good set of farms down there as well. That's out of my boundaries. We can put... ah, yes. We're going to be going and putting the ore mine directly over the neighborhood. Heck yeah. Got another really big one down here, too. We'll start with the ones we already have roads running to. So what we could do here is go industry, specialize. So I need... So I have a deficit of 250, 610. Yeah, so it's going to be just grain again. Let's try and get the grain to capture as much of that as possible. Okay, we had the weird bug where it doesn't place the building itself. Just delete that and try again. And now I'll go here. Alright, so that's all hooked up. So now I can go and expand its territory. As much as possible to try and cover up all of this area. And we can go over here. Because we need all of the grains as possible. Because every time I get more and more of this stuff set up, it means I have to import less of it. And while we don't pay the import costs ourselves, it does affect the bottom line of the companies here. And then that also means I'm going to have to just clog up my major highways going in and out. So that's another grain farm. So let's check the other side. I think this one we can just cut across the road. Yeah. This is really
an emergency broadcast to all citizens. The Fire and Rescue Service reports that fires are currently spreading in the nearby forest. The billowing clouds of smoke pose a serious health risk to anyone nearby.
At dairy
time,
house.
All citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is under control.
Okay. If you're wondering why I'm not even worrying about this at all, eventually this is going to back up because of the way I'm handling this. The main highway here. But right now it's kind of okay. So we're just kind of ignoring it until the city expands. It becomes a problem. And then we'll put out the problem. Which, of course, that means it'll be an integral part of the city that's almost impossible to remove, because that's how these things work. But, that's tomorrow's me problem to figure out. Today, me is perfectly content to cut corners. And just deal with what's an immediate issue in front of me one at a time. Alright. Too real. Hey. Tomorrow me may not be today me's biggest fan, but there's a certain logic. Okay, so we got a bunch more farm going on over there. It's not convenient for people to get to from work, but some people go there, maybe. It is enough that it's bringing down our demand for industry, which means it's bringing up the other demands. So as you can see, we're having less of our offices abandoned here. So that's good. Oh, you have no trash pickup. What is happening with our trash situation? Ah, our landfill is full. So you can go ahead and do that. So it dumps all the... Oh, good. All of our recycling centers are full too. Perfect. Don't change it. And our incinerators are full. Heck yeah. What is our trash situation looking like? Because that is very clearly not good. Where are you, trash? There you are. Okay. Oh, good. We're not even remotely adequate on our trash processing. Excellent. Just what we always wanted. That said, what I found with the recycling centers is trying to use them is actually pretty underwhelming. Because, for example, the incinerator can handle 44.1 tons of trash a month without any upgrades, and with the upgrade you get a little bit. Whereas the recycling center only handles 11 tons a month. And then you add all of these upgrades, they're only 5. So if we compare, for example, a recycling center here, this recycling center at absolute peak is handling 19.84 tons of trash. Our incinerator is handling 71. And everything pollution-wise is downwind, so I don't really care. Because this game doesn't have, persistent problems like, global warming or anything. So we can just continue to pile it on. So we'll increase the amount we can incinerate. Connect that to our grid. Alright, how does that put us now?
Has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions.
Oh yeah, and that'd be absolutely rough if they have an update later and it's by the way, pollution is really sticky now. Good luck.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
You're tuned in to Second Moon, the channel where the classics...
So I'm not actually building these with any intention for power. It's entirely just to process trash. So now with this emptying out, should be dumping all over there. Blocks you out of every map except the archipelago with tropical temperatures.
I have to say,
Almost forgot to enable that feature. Well, it's enabled now. Good luck. Yeah, you just start in the archipelago and your island just gets smaller and smaller, so you have to keep... Well, I mean, one of the things this game does is you can terraform limitlessly for free, which would kind of ruin a lot of that. But I could see, like, having to, like, slowly build... Oh, you're very red over here. Why are you saying all of that's broken? So power is good.
We're not doomed.
You heard it here, folks. We're not doomed. It's still pretty stinky, though.
That's good to hear, Kim. We'll be back after this.
All right.
For our feature story this hour, we're going live to Kim, who is downtown investigating the story behind our declining commercial zones. So, what exactly is driving this sudden downswing in business? Kim?
Good question, Glenda. I'm standing outside what used to be one of the busiest stores in the city. Not long ago, it would open its doors to lines of customers 7 days a week. Now the place is shuttered, like most of the commercial buildings on this once thriving.
I like how they have all the stories about stuff, and then also manage to like not give you like information. Like it's just like, you know, there is an accident somewhere in the city. It amuses me generally. They definitely need more radio stuff in general. I'm probably going to end up... I keep going back because like we're putting this out in like multiple locations, so like I'm multi-streaming at the moment, but I need to be careful about on the other platforms dealing with that stuff. 2 spoopy for me, 3 spoopy for 5. Yep. All right, so I should get that trash sorted out pretty soon. We had a whole bunch here. Are we having traffic off this road? I figured at some point we will. No, interchange is going fine. That's all going fine. So yeah, no, we're good. That's got some traffic. I don't think I can fit a roundabout here to help them maneuver around it. I can. Okay, so we can go to that size. There's so many people running around always. That pedestrian path might... No, it looks like they're fine. That's the kind of place we might have a problem down the road. Okay, so try and help traffic through there. Traffic... Oh, right. We have this problem of all the things trying to get into this back area. Because this really should be a proper interchange going here, but we never set it up. So we just had a bypass there.
This program to bring you a special
yeah, so definitely need more more stuff.
The rescue service reports that fires are currently spreading in the nearby forest. The billowing clouds of smoke pose a serious health risk to anyone nearby. At this time, all citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe
I'm checking to see if there's any
distance
connections to the water to leave town. Oh, that's the fire. Just because they talk about you being able to export sewer and all that. So I'm not sure how you set that up. It might be a building I just don't have access to. It's fine. Maybe a water tower on the hill? Water tower on the hill for... just because? Looks like they keep running out. Oh no, this isn't water they're running out. Their trash collection's the problem. It flashed for a second? I gotcha. That's probably me setting this up. I keep wondering, like the old city skylines I probably would run into is when you put this many pumps in an area, it would make the water physics mess up and you'd have like this area of like no water that like occasionally little bits of water would drop in. It doesn't seem to be the case here. But Our water seems to be fine. Like, we probably need to drop more sewage, actually. Let's put it on the other side. This water's looking too reasonable on both sides. We're gonna pollute it, let's pollute it right. Make the river red. That way everyone knows what's going on. You got traffic backed up going along here. It appears to be doing that weird shimmy thing again. And now one's trying to cut across all the lanes to get to this interchange. There should be a, you're not allowed, like, solid line, you're not allowed to go here. Like, here's the place where the extra lane is added. Get on that lane back here. And I know in real life that is something people do, is they'll, like, pull all the way up and they'll wait and they'll just try and merge in front of people. But it's also super annoying. Why does that drop down to... Okay. It's like weirdly dropping down to 2 lanes just to go back up to 3 for that one. Okay, so we'll see what happens with that, because now it's letting that throughput be better back here, so it doesn't back up into those areas. And I think this is clearing itself out, it's just there's that much backlog to work through. Yeah, they're also doing it. You like the bump in a highway? Yeah, could you imagine you're going like 85, 90 miles an hour? Where is it? Like just really hustling down the road. And just, I mean, that's actually not that bad. I mean, this part's pretty rough. I'm actually probably gonna have to fix that, because that's causing them to slow down. Okay, weirdly it wasn't letting me delete it, because it would make it overlapping if I did delete it, question mark? There we go. Yes, what is up with you that you're zigzagging through all the lanes, but not willing to do... Okay, what we're going to try doing with this is that. We're going to go back here. So it's one road, so hopefully they sort it out. Because they will cut each other off sometimes, but it's like all of them are trying to get over that lane, and it's causing problems. So I'm hoping we can kind of fix it. I mean, the other way we might be able to fix this is go up here. Dropped it down to 2. And step it back up to 3. Yeah, they're still just doing it. Because that's what I'm trying to avoid, is where they all go up here and they block the lane. Because if they don't block the lane, they just race on through. Like, this is all being underutilized. It's just literally people trying to cut each other off. It's the entire problem backing up all of this. You know what? So I had to recalculate their paths. So let's see what happens with that. Might be one of those situations of too many lanes. Alright, let's see what happens with that. What? Okay, so you're fixing yourselves already. Okay, so we're still just cutting each other off. Yeah, we're gonna watch this truck because it switched over to that lane right around here. Yep. So good news is it is picking up the pace in a lot of this. Still having the same problem though, where like I said, if they would just like try and hang in that lane and go through, they'd just blast through all this way faster. It makes me miss the traffic mod from, say, Skylines 1, where it could be like, that lane may only go this way. Like, these lanes may only go that way. You can't merge over. Because that was how you dealt with a lot of this stuff. Just put just like a big median through the middle of it. Alright, so it is clearing up slowly, like that all's getting sorted. This is backed up here a lot, which is going to cause us problems. I'm hoping, as this is getting cleared up, that is going to potentially benefit. Let's try and... do that. So they have an ongoing lane, and these two have to merge in. Let's see. Traffic Manager President Edition. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so we made that into a merge lane, so these two will conflict, and that should just roll on through. I don't get it. City Skylines handling of traffic has always been kind of funky. Yeah, always weird behavior merging. Yeah, so I'm wondering if this will be advantageous to us. Because then less of them have to merge over. We'll probably have to go back a little bit farther. Because then less of them have to merge over. We'll still have some, but it should be... Why would you go this out? Why would you go to the outside lane if you want to turn left? Like that one. So they're going and they're merging to the exit lane, and then they're cutting across. Why? Please. Stop the madness. Okay, it's fine. It's improving. It is like, because you see this isn't backed up the whole way. That's not backed up. So it is clearing out, but it's just doing weird stuff. Now we are almost ready to buy ourselves more tiles to expand our city, to be able to get this highway, you know, get an interchange over here somewhere, probably right here. Get an interchange that goes up and over and down below, and that. We're doing the down below first. I'm going to try and cut through this area to make room for it. And if we have enough tiles, we'll do it over to this side as well. I don't think we will. The last one did unlock like 28 or 29 for us. I know what they need is a no speed limit policy. Yeah. Just trying to fix it. It's like things improve and then get worse, then improve, then get worse. Okay, cool. So we've got most of the traffic out there. This is getting backed up, which is no surprise. And That's because they're
A
slowing down to
driving
make this
advisory
turn.
has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
I mean, this is to our
This
main
is
city
again
center,
a
but we are
local
getting the
public
traffic
service
a
announcement.
lot improved.
A driving advisory
All
has
right,
been
so let's see
issued
how
for the
our
immediate
stuff's going. So
area due to
power,
poor
we're
road
beyond
conditions.
golden.
Please exercise caution if you
Water,
must drive and try to
good.
stay off the
Medical.
streets until conditions
Our
improve.
crematorium
This
is
has
no
been
longer
a local
adequate.
public service announcement.
This is Second Moon with J. Thomas Hornbuckle.
Let's
Before
put it
we
over
dive
here.
into our next selection, I'd like
Because
to
we're getting a
take
lot of traffic
few
trying to
moments
cross
or
over
more
this way.
to elaborate on the
They're gonna have to go
structure.
up and down the hill, which is a problem because that's where
For
all the
our
traffic's going.
newer, less able listeners, first,
But we'll go
we'll
ahead
be dancing
and
through the al dente section before entering the slower largo movement,
get that set up.
then savoring the vivacious anti-pasto movement. So, without further ado, let's raise the curtain and begin.
All right, additional incinerator.
For our
Cool.
feature story, we're on the streets with
Yeah, so what we'll
kids,
probably end up doing is making a
the
path
pulse
up
of
here
the city.
to
So,
feed off of this
what's
path.
the word on the street? Tell us
Or
what
over
you're
here.
hearing.
It's more what I'm smelling, Glenda. I have to say, it just plain stinks around here. Gross. And these concerned citizens agree.
That's hardly news. There hasn't been any trash collection for who knows how long. There's rotting food, dirty diapers, fish
Okay.
guts, and oh God!
And the
I
trash.
can't stand to think about it, let alone smell it. And the piles of filth just keep.
Hey, we're a metropolis.
Growing and growing.
Cool.
Damn it, Eugene, we're not doomed.
You heard it here, folks. We're not doomed. It's still pretty stinky, though.
That's good to hear, Kim. We'll be back after this.
All right.
We're live, and we're getting reports about
Okay.
a traffic accident.
So we expanded the
somewhere,
power grid, and that gave us an
in the
instant
city.
level, which
Road
gave us
maintenance
more.
services have
All
already
right,
been
so we
and
can go
traffic
ahead
should
and get more
return to
research. We can
normal.
get the
But if
Central
you're
Intelligence
planning a
Bureau,
quick
which
trip
lowers
out,
crime.
you
We
might
can get
want
the
to wait
Space
for
Center,
Rual until everything
which
clears
improves
out.
our
If you're here,
offices and
you,
attracts
you
tourists.
already know about it.
We're already
Please
done with all
remind
that. We haven't really been worried about the
Meanwhile,
internet providing
expect
too much.
delays and drive safe.
Bum. The advanced pumping station just saves me having to build as many. So the medical stuff is interesting. So that makes people healthier and educates them. And then this one makes it so it's less likely for people to die. So I think we're going to go with you. And we still have 7 points left. Which I don't really care about a lot of that stuff, which is why we still don't have it. Build a tower. I haven't needed one. We don't have... well, we can go to the power and just buy one of the things. That's the thing. Like, you don't need a lot of these things now, but we're getting to our last couple unlocks.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
Increasing
Okay.
areas of forest are being engulfed by flames. The thick smoke
So
rising from
that's
the
where we're
fire
planning to
makes
take
the air
this off.
dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires and remain at a safe distance until emergency services manage to get the fires under control.
Okay, so that'll give us where we can bridge that over from up here. Alright. So that should be enough to finish our south highway. So we can go down this way, hop up here, do the interchange, or do the, oh, what do we have here that's flagged? Oh yeah, the dairy house. Okay, sure. I can put you over here by the oil fields. That's definitely where we should have the dairy. I see nothing wrong with that. Alright. So we have the Health Research Institute, which increases park entertainment and reduces disease infection risk. I didn't realize there was a disease infection risk as a mechanic in this game, but, you know, now we know, I guess. Cool. And then power, it's all excited about saying, hey, you have gas power now. I don't care. I don't plan on using it. Yeah, the telco tower. Okay, so it's the same thing we've been using, but like way, way, way bigger. Cool. I'm not worried about that yet, but we'll definitely want to leverage that. Alright, so now I need to put our interchange over here. So let's go ahead and clear up a bunch of space. And this is going to ultimately be a 4-way interchange, because the North Highway is going to come off of that as well. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I still didn't even give it enough room. That's fine. Okay. And that gives us that. So 2-lane highway, and we're just gonna go. There we go. It just wasn't detecting that I clicked on the highway that way. Alright, so we've got that set. For right now, we're not going to worry about what this is doing, so we're just going to plunk. So just have a U-turn, because I'll do the North Highway later. For now, though, we're going to go to that. Set to 3, so it matches up. Oh, I have to build, like, a big old suspension bridge, don't I? Alright. Okay, so we have 3-lane. Too short, elevation too low. It's so weird to get those suspension bridges working. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Do this, grab you. You're overlapping items, so it's just not high enough. Oh, they're not far enough apart. Still not high enough. Okay. You can't find another City Skylines stream with as high as population as yours? Well, that's because it's amazing. We put a lot of effort in getting the settings where we want them to have the population be able to be handled this way. Alright. So we're going to drop that back down, I think. So that matches up with this. Yeah, I am curious, like, long term, that isn't what we want to see. Widen it, I guess? That's gonna be super annoying, isn't it? Okay, so let's grab the one going this way. See if now if I drop it, it does really funky things is what it does. Alright, so let's get this down to the ground. We're going to turn off parallel for just a second. Cool. You can terraform that lake to be a little bit out of the way. I can. Alright, so now we can go over here. Parallel back on. What are you overlapping? Oh, there's like a Stonehenge or something out here. Alright, cool. We just scooch around that. That's fine. Suspension bridge scared the heck out of me, and you don't know why? Interesting. I mean, so like I definitely see a suspension bridge, like any type of like major bridge being a scary thing. Like that seems perfectly reasonable to me because you're on this big thing, it's being suspended over stuff. I can see where it'd actually, be very intense. Okay, so we've got that side connected all up. Oh, this shouldn't be paused the whole time. We don't need that anymore. We only need it paused when I connected those up. Yeah, so we got this south road down here. So then the plan is here. Grab you. And before we get too far into that, let's just pop right over here. Grab all those, power, cable, do that. Connect it underground so it's out of the way. And we need another major interchange. I need more removed. Okay. Man, the reason we're going through all of this effort that we're doing right now is because what will end up happening is as the city grows, if you try and depend on just one highway, it'll inevitably get just overwhelmed. There's just no avoiding it. You'll just get overwhelmed. Not unless you can manage to like really make the public transportation work. So what you do is you use multiple main highways to try and as early as possible from the people coming into the city, split them off into different routes that mostly try and bring them to where you want them. And you'll have something like crisscross back and forth, all that kind of nonsense. But the big point being, you don't want the people, if they're not going to need to be on that route, you want them to only be in the places you need them, or they actually should be. Okay, so we're going to do this. We want to keep this one in the air. I generally prefer keeping the highways in the air as much as possible, even though it is more costly in City Skyline games. Well, City Skylines, there's only been one prior to this. Because that means I don't run into problems later where if I gotta, like, move a route underneath that, it's not a whole big thing. Alright, so we've got that all connected. Grab you. And just like we did before, not paralleled. Just slap that over so if anyone goes that way, they can just U-turn. It looks terrible. We'll get rid of it later. So yeah, so now I've got this south highway route. So that'll be really good. So that'll allow a lot of our people to not just take this route, but be able to go, oh, actually we have a fire down by our houses. It's been a long time coming for that. Alright. So we're going to need to go and make another route up this hill. That's kind of one of the big benefits of having this highway system along here, is I can just make these little areas like here where we just branch off, pop up here again. Right now, this is the only way to get up, and it snakes because of how steep that hill is. If I try to just go straight over, it's a problem. I mean, actually, it probably isn't a problem now we have the raised highway here, because that's probably almost parallel. Hi, Jet. It's almost parallel with that. Actually, honestly, this could just merge right into that spot, and then branch off down that way. So if this one served those two, get rid of this road, and have that one go up there to split which direction people move.
To our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to
I don't think it will be experiencing rolling blackouts.
The guidelines
game
on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events. This has been a local public service announcement.
Recent spikes in demand have led to temporary local shortages in the city's fresh water supply. The public should be aware that we are struggling to get the situation in hand.
No, we're not.
This has been a local public service announcement.
This is Second Moon Radio Classical.
Those things you're saying,
Unlike
they're not
most
true.
Modern music, classical has always been penned by someone sitting in front of a sheet of blank paper.
They're all like,
Only
we're
their
running out of water. No, we're not.
as
What are you talking about?
through a
Our water is
silent
fine.
audible masterpiece. Now here we sit, listening at full volume, and
All right, so we got a little bit of air pollution going on over here from all of our mining down here.
But let us not tarry. On to the next.
Let's see. Is this some rival political party on the airwaves?
We're live, and we're getting reports
Maybe.
about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're
All
planning
right,
a
so let's
quick
take a
trip
look.
out,
So
you
I would
might
say
want to
our
wait
south
until
highway
the
is
weekend
now
clears
connected.
out.
If you're in it, you already know about it.
So
You
we're not
should
going to go ahead and set it to do the north highway yet because it's going to be a while till we level up from Metropolis onto the next level. So that's when I can't physically do until I get more of this area
Sinking this boat
grabbed.
together.
Because my plan for that one is to take the route of like going kind of like curving off here and then like just like before kind of following the base of the mountain and then coming down here just like we did down that area. All right, so we actually have a pretty balanced need for everyone. We're still making money. Let's see what we can do. So main infrastructure, yada yada yada. Doesn't tell me really what it does. All right, so this improves the efficiency of our maintenance building. The maintenance buildings have not been a problem. We increase servants' fees. We don't really need any of the water stuff. The health stuff. So we can crank that up. What is our actual budget at? So we're making almost $1 million per month in just straight up profit. So we can go here. And we could ramp the healthcare really high. Oh, where was education? Okay, education we've already maxed out. So let's go ahead and take the healthcare and max that out, because that's been a pain in our butt. Increase electric parcel, and let's max that out. And let's see how that goes on our budget. It should end up going in the negatives. We'll see how far it goes. I've got $82 million. We could just adjust things. Office buildings have a lot of empty space. Yeah, because the internet exists. And having people stand over your shoulder and constantly micromanage you is not conducive to actually being productive. Just saying. Alright, so we need more medium and low density. And medium is this road here. So let's expand this and make our problems worse. Wait, is that a different road style than we have here? Oh, I'm looking at highway. Yeah, we don't want a highway there. We want you. Because they're making these like cliffside housing, which gives us a really big problem when it comes to the roadways, because it's just really hard to bring them up there. But that's kind of the fun, is to do stuff that's a little bit of a pain, little different, kind of interesting. Versus if you just build like the same kind of grid style all the time, it can get boring. At least to me. Okay, yeah, we unlocked more, but we'll worry about that later. So I had all that extra distance, so I can pop in here. resident. They want medium density. But as you can see, it's just one long drive there. So it's going to be really, really bad for them to get around. It is what it is. The plan here is to make more connections to that highway we just set up. Hey! We got ourselves some more fancy apartments. Okay, smooth arch shapes simply boggle the mind of everyone around, but in a good way. Cool. All of the really fancy stuff goes in the city center, and just everyone else gets to feel bad. The city center is where it's at. Why are those not getting built? Oh, are those still like little teeny tiny houses we got here? Let's deal with that. Okay, it doesn't quite fit inside that area. Of course, I'd put it the one place that doesn't actually have a road access that we can use. Smooth. So let's go ahead and take the other side of this block and get rid of it too. So what's going on with you? Oh, they're little houses. Whoops. I forgot we had low density houses there. We'll get rid of those soon. Alright, so what's happening with our trash? So we got that going. So we are processing enough trash now. This is in theory emptying out, but it doesn't seem to really be doing anything, and there's 0 vehicles in use despite that. Which is probably because all of these are currently full. Let's see. Storage expansion. We'll have that one be a little bit of a buffer, because that should let it hold like 900 more. And I guess honestly a lot of these could use like 1 or 2 of these to let them take over the landfill, because eventually we could just probably get rid of the landfill in favor of these. Okay, hopefully that's not too expensive. All right. So yeah, so you got 2,000 units in there, so they're starting to move that out to all of those. Okay, so it should help a lot of this. Our people are generally happy last look. Yeah, sort of like near maximum happiness. They're unhappy about poor crime, poor garbage services, high crime, and high noise pollution. The noise pollution I can't really do a whole lot about. I'm just building too much city. The garbage services we're working on, and the high crime probably shouldn't be that high crime. I guess apparently there's high crime over by where our trash is. Oh, we got crime up here. That's probably just because of traffic and people being able to get around, isn't it?